Everything's good. Everything's on. One more time. Three, two, one, sync.
Didn't we already sync?
I'm just doing it just in case.
Oh. Hey Nate, what are you syncing about?
Funny.
Get way too entertained by the worst joke ever made.
What are you thinking about? That's funny. Hello and welcome to Conversations on a Broken Couch. My name is Nathaniel Welch, and as always, I am joined by my two best friends, Scott and Brandon. We have each brought a discussion topic to talk about today on this not virtual couch. How you guys doing?
I am fantastic, kinda. My wife's out of town, so I'm a little bored.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm doing pretty good.
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 I'm glad. I'm doing pretty good. I am incoherent today. My brain no work, so this will be an interesting conversation with you guys today.
I am
Ah.
trying to decipher what you just said, so.
So
Yeah,
this
I'm a
is
little out of
weird. This is a weird. I don't know if it's a segue. When you said my brain no work or incoherent, I immediately the first thing that popped into my mind was in Daddy Daycare.
Okay.
That
Oh,
old movie
no.
with Eddie Murphy,
It's a
when
funny
you have
movie.
the kid who's speaking in the funny language, and the nerd guy shows up, and he's got the Star Trek shirt on.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, so the kid looks at him and goes, he says like some kind of funny word, and the nerd just looks at him funny, and he goes, "Klingon ma," and he goes, "Oh, he's speaking Klingon," and so that's what that reminded me of.
Ah, so I speak Klingon now.
That movie was.
Yes.
That movie's funny. It's a good one.
We watched that movie more times than we should have
A bunch
as
of
a
times.
kid.
A bunch of
I
times.
have not.
Bunches
I
of
think I've seen
bunches
that
of
movie
times.
maybe one time, and I saw it when I was like 5.
It is fantastic.
Yeah.
I
The
don't
sequel,
remember
not so
anything
much.
Got the kid in. I didn't know they made a sequel.
They
I'd
made a
be
sequel
curious
and they
to
didn't
see
have any of
how
the
it would
returning
go.
actors.
Oh.
I'll tell you what.
That's,
Eddie Murphy was a
that's sad.
gem for a very long time. I miss Eddie Murphy and stuff.
So do I. Is he? I guess he was in something recently. I don't
Was
remember
he?
what it was though. Yeah, it was a comedy or something.
Was it Shrek?
Wow.
No,
Eddie Murphy
but
was in
I
a
guess that's
comedy. Who
coming
would
up
have
now.
thought?
Are they bringing him back for Shrek?
Yeah,
Please.
I would think so.
Does he?
Why
This
wouldn't
is
they?
really stupid, but who does he play in Shrek?
He's Donkey.
Okay, I thought so.
Oh,
Nathaniel, that actually just hurt me that you didn't know that.
I just needed to clarify.
I don't know who plays Shrek.
It's been a long time since I've seen Shrek.
Mike
so.
Myers.
Who's that?
I hear he used to. I think he's dead now. That's just sad.
Oh,
I
You
feel
didn't know
like
that?
we should check to make sure.
yeah.
Mike Myers? Oh, he's dead. I think he died like 10 years ago. I could be wrong.
Wow.
Yeah.
So who's playing Shrek now?
I don't know. They haven't made a Shrek movie in 10 years.
Oh, they're making one now.
As far as I know, he's
Yeah.
not dead.
It looks bad too.
Who
They,
cares? The animation
they-
has totally changed since the last one.
Yeah, he's not
yeah,
dead.
the animation looks terrible, honestly.
Still
Also,
alive.
like, they retconned out half of Shrek's family. Like, half of his kids now don't exist for no reason at all. It's like,
I think they exist. They just showed one of the kids.
I hope they exist.
Did they
but,
have
you know,
names? I seriously don't remember.
They have names.
Okay.
I
Great.
don't remember
Good
them.
for
I don't
them.
know. I'm not excited for it. I think
Um,
Shrek is one of those series. You should just let it end. We don't need to keep making sequels for everything.
Yeah, didn't they rename the final movie? Because it used to be called The Final Chapter or something, and now they renamed it like 2 years after.
I don't know.
If I remember, it might not have been 2 years. Somebody can correct me on that because I don't remember. Shrek the
did
Third
I don't
was
know.
the best.
they did you mean they
You
did
thought
like a
Shrek the
retroactive
Third was the
kinda...
best Shrek?
It was my favorite because it had King Arthur, but he was like wimpy King Arthur.
Ah, you always do like the underdog story though.
I do. Yeah. Anyway, hey Nate.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, it's been a good day. Had the 4th of July. We all did because we live in America. Dude,
It skipped my state.
it's good.
Yeah, Florida didn't
No one in
celebrate of all
Florida
the
celebrated the Fourth.
That would be wild
That'd
if
be
that
crazy,
was the case, because
dude.
Florida is like the most
Um,
patriotic place. If you
yeah.
live in Florida, it's just assume bald eagles screech when you wake up in the morning.
I don't think I've ever seen a bald eagle here.
I don't know that they'd be there. It might be too.
Good improv partners.
We
Appreciate
saw
it.
like
Whatever.
I don't know. We saw this weird birdie yesterday when we got home from church. It was like a vulture or like a condor. It was
Dude.
weird.
Vultures is a great song by John Mayer.
Okay.
Cool.
And they're
Awesome.
they have
Let's pull it up.
a crazy looking
was a very-
sprite in Terraria.
A very
Oh, really?
pertinent.
Yeah,
The
you-
vultures
you
are
know
Terraria
terrifying.
vultures.
Sit down.
Terrifying.
I'm gonna take my cat out. All right.
This is the podcast.
She's
So,
gonna show up
Nathaniel-
somehow.
How's your day? How's your week been? I haven't talked to you much recently.
So far, the week has been good. I guess it started today. Well, it started yesterday. Yesterday was fine. It was a
I mean,
Sunday.
the previous week,
but-
not the one we're currently
Oh,
in.
the previous week was okay as well. Have a lot of stuff I'm in the middle of right now. A bunch of things I'm working on, so expect
care
a
to
bunch
share,
of
or-
things. Well, some of it is like the surprise of the video coming out, but I'm in the middle of 2 Final Fantasy games. I've got 2 new shows. Well, actually, maybe 3 new shows that will launch this next month.
That's a lot.
And then like maybe 3 or 4 other scripts for other things that I've started on that are over halfway done, and
So you're feeling energized and motivated, is what I'm hearing.
trying to be. Yeah. Today I actually new thing that you will see next week for you listening or watching. I spent today creating a I don't know if I want to call it a theme song. It doesn't have words. Maybe like an opening song is a better thing to say, or rather than like a jingle. But kind of an original opening track for Lamp Into My Week. So we can
Oh,
actually
awesome.
have music when the podcast opens. So I had all my gear out and metronomes and mixing and stuff. So I've been doing
Wow.
that all day. It sounds good. I'm excited about it. So that was a lot of fun. That's the first time I've actually gone like, let's for real record something and try to make it sound good and all that.
Yeah.
So I did that. So it's been a good day. Ate some fruit. I don't know
I
what
ate
else
some
to say.
fruit before we started this.
I didn't. I ate like chicken enchilada chili.
Whoa.
It's
sounds
delicious.
good.
Yeah,
I had
dude.
dried mangoes.
Hey, eating healthy.
I
Mangoes are
guess.
Just
delicious.
don't eat too
I
much
love
of 'em.
mangoes,
Yeah.
dude. Why?
Yeah.
Well, 'cause dried fruit, it's a lot of sugar and a lot of calories in a small package,
is.
you know? So you
Yeah.
just, it's really tempting to just, eat 15 dried mangoes and all of a
Just
sudden you're like,
smash
I've
your
had
face full of
800 calories. What happened?
Dried mangoes and cheese, man. That's where it's at.
Together?
Oh, nice. Yeah.
No, I
You
mean
never had cheesy
separately,
mango
but
before?
also together.
Nah,
Oh, it's
you
my
guys have never
favorite
had
nacho flavor.
a cheesy mango.
Well, that's
Actually,
I've had like mango salsa. Like salsa with
Yeah,
mango,
I've-
and
so
spicy mango kind of thing.
We have this Mexican place down here that I took Brandon to. But they have these churros, and they used to have this. It was a seasonal thing, but it's like a mango chocolate sauce. And that's pretty good. I'm starting to realize I really like mango flavored things a lot more than I thought I did.
Mango's pretty great, actually. Like, let's be real. Mango's just delicious.
Mango.
Do they make mango pies? I would try a mango pie. I think it'd be like an apple pie.
Maybe.
That
That would have a weird
tropical
flavor.
pie.
Sure.
Oh,
No, just
that'd be
mango
odd.
specifically.
Would it be a
my favorite.
No, I
pineapple?
just mean I can't imagine a pie with.
God. God, go sit in the car after that.
I can't
How dare
imagine
you?
a pie with a tropical fruit. Pie's great, but
Why not a tropical fruit?
I just couldn't imagine it. I feel like it'd clash a little bit.
I think it'd be juicy.
You make it sound like it's like this foreign alien technology. Like, I can't comprehend how crazy that would be, man.
I just don't think it'd be as good as apple or cherry or
Apple pie is pretty
whatever
great.
else, right?
Pumpkin pie is where it's at, though.
That
Pumpkin pie? Yeah, I forgot, Scott. You used to
Pumpkin's
love
a vegetable,
Lorraine.
right? Wait, no, is pumpkin a fruit?
Oh.
It has seeds in it, so it's a fruit, right?
I don't-
Yes.
I don't know.
Let's say yes. Somebody can correct us.
Uh,
I want to have
by the
one
way,
person in the comment section who just goes out and corrects all the things that we get
all
wrong.
the stupid things we say.
Guys, honestly,
But he sets it up like it's a change log.
I would,
and like
I
a- like
would
an
love
update.
that.
That's funny. Actually, that'd be kind of dope.
But I will say the
Um,
amount of misinformation I edit out of our podcasts is a lot. We get a lot of
Okay.
stuff wrong, guys.
Like what?
A
What's a
lo-
big one that's happened?
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna edit it out. But for example, 10 minutes ago, you were like, yeah, the guy who played Shrek is dead. He's not dead. I looked it up. He's not dead. There's been plenty of
was.
things that he was dead. What? There's been
Oh,
plenty
that's
of
awkward.
things that we have
Oh,
that
boy.
we've gotten slightly wrong, and I'm
Nate,
like,
you make us
"Ah,
sound more intelligent
I just
than we
maybe
are.
shouldn't leave this here."
Honestly, it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
I messed that up.
it is.
That is amazing.
Sorry,
I
Mike Myers.
I
You're
will
awesome.
say so our podcast for like 3 months now has been over a year old. I went
Oh, yeah.
back last week, I think it was, and listened to our first 2 episodes. Guys, I think I've become less funny. I'll be honest.
Really?
Why?
I don't know. Maybe it's because we're not in person. I just feel like I've lost it a little bit.
I don't know. I
Well-
think you're the same.
Can I tell you?
Well, that's good to hear.
You are funny looking. Sorry. I did that laugh.
I've never heard your voice peak like that. That
Mine
was
or Nate's?
high. Yours.
Dude, Nathaniel's dull. Ha 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 ha. That killed me.
What is it? It's
That was insane.
we need to
that was
insert
so
the Final Fantasy X meme
Tidus.
here. The laugh.
Oh.
Ha 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 ha.
Nah, just have your dad walk in. Brandon, you're still not funny.
We've had
That's
to
awesome.
have yeah. There's no way we haven't told that story on here. There's no way.
We've told it a couple times, I think.
I'm sure.
You probably told it at least 20
It-
times.
We've probably
least
told
twice.
it more times than we have episodes. I'm sure. You know, so far episodes
Oh.
go pretty long, and we
I
partway
love it.
through and forget something that was mentioned earlier.
Dude, that's another thing. So we need a fact checker, and then we also need someone who catalogs every time we repeat ourselves.
What I'm hearing is we just need a fandom page or whatever, and people
Yeah.
talk about what
Yeah, we
what
just need
each episode is
someone
about.
who's
And
scarily dedicated to cataloging our lives for no reason. Maybe
Yeah.
not. I don't want that actually. I don't want
We
that.
have him.
How did I say it?
He's the 4th person in the Discord. His name's Tim.
Tim,
I was gonna say the
Tim's a good
FBI
name.
agent watching, or
Oh.
do we
Nathaniel
only
knows
have
Tim,
one
too.
when we're on the podcast?
I think
Or
they
do
all
we
like get
all
in a
have
room
3?
together and watch together.
They're
With
on a
popcorn.
broken couch.
Yeah.
here's the thing.
Yeah.
So Nathaniel, if you had an FBI agent, he would be the most bored FBI agent of all time.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Probably, dude. To be honest.
Nathaniel, you're so
Uh,
nice. If anything, he would just be like, "He said another kind thing today."
But
Just cataloging every time.
that's the question is like, is FBI agents do they only track your like computer, or is it everything you do?
I don't think they're
They just
legally
track your
allowed to track
Wi-Fi.
your computer like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd be pretty
The
bored.
whole meme about FBI agents is actually a meme. It's not real. Not.
I
It's just
know,
not.
I know, but if it
If they're
was real,
tracking you, it's because they have a reason to suspect you're potentially a criminal.
um, well, I'm not a criminal, but
Good.
He says on public record.
there's something I don't remember what it was. It was something very specific. It might have been. It might have had to do with like a Bible story or something, and somehow someone died, and I was trying to figure out the science behind it. And but
Oh,
there was something
no.
the other day, like the other day, meaning a few months ago, that I remember googling and going, I hope I don't get put on some list for this or something, just
Yeah.
because I'm trying. I'm not. I'm not. I'm just trying to figure out how this works. Okay.
How does
Uh,
embalming a body work and then dumping it in a river? What does that do?
very specific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You type into Google,
Uh,
I accidentally killed someone. What do?
Oh my gosh.
what would
The
happen?
Google AI is
I don't
like,
know, man.
don't tell anyone.
First off,
It's at that moment the FBI agent takes over Google for a second to type in what you should do. You should turn
Uh.
yourself into this address.
Run, we like a chase.
Oh my god. You're the orcs and the FBI agent is the Aragorn.
Yeah. That's right.
You Googled our hobbits. We're chasing you now.
what
Quick,
do
take
your
the
elf
never
eyes
mind.
see? Taking the hobbits. to
Something about the
Isengard?
hobbits going to Isengard, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been listening to the Lord of the Rings in audiobook.
Okay.
Dude, it's excellent. Very well narrated.
It's an Andy Circus.
It is Anti-Circus, yeah. And
Oh,
I'm
man,
doing
I
the
didn't know he did
extended
that.
versions of each
That's
one.
really cool.
Yeah, it's Andy Circus, and dude, his voice is beautiful.
He's
It's
great.
amazing.
Oh yeah, it is.
Kino boy.
His voice is so deep. It rumbles my belly when he talks. It makes me happy.
Have you
Which is
listened
real
to,
weird when Gollum's on the screen.
have you listened
Yeah, 'cause-
to
Yeah, he's not.
James Earl Jones read the Bible? Have you heard that?
I have
Yes.
not. No.
Dude, you can find it on
Dude,
YouTube. It's like the
I
whole
want
New
Mufasa to
Testament.
read me the
It's like
Bible.
6 hours of it's the whole New Testament hymn
Yeah.
with like slight rain. It's like go to bed listening to this. It's great. His
Dude,
voice
I
is
want
very,
Mufasa to
very
read me the
cool.
Bible. That's sick.
Darth Vader.
Yeah. Darth Mufasa.
He was the villain all along.
Simba learns later on in life that his father was a Sith Lord.
Yep.
Man.
That's how he got the throne.
Yeah.
Pride Rock.
Scar was
That's the origin
actually just a
story we
disheveled
needed.
Jedi.
Did they make
How
a
Pride Rock.
Mufasa show?
No.
They made a movie.
wow.
Mufasa.
About Mufasa? Did they
I didn't
really?
know that.
Yep. Oh yeah. It came out the same week that Sonic 3 came out, and it was blown out of the water by Sonic 3.
That sounds about right. Yeah. Anything
mean,
Jim
yeah.
Carrey is in. it'll
If
blow
I
people out
didn't
of the
even
water.
know it existed, then maybe
Got
the
him.
marketing wasn't
that
very
bad.
good either.
Like Disney would tweet out how great Mufasa's doing, #1 movie in the world, and all the comments would just be Sonic and Shadow gifs.
That's
So
funny.
much so that they started like deleting comments and posts.
Oh, dude.
Why? So wait, why did Disney waste their time trying to convince everyone that everyone's watching the movie? Like, why not just say, yeah, we lost.
Everyone
we lost.
says every person
Disney.
who has a movie out after like 3 minutes is like #1 movie in
Yeah.
the world. Hey, are you guys gonna go see Superman?
Yes,
Maybe.
When you going?
I'm gonna go see it with some friends, which is a
I've
crazy
never been a
thing for
big
me to
s-
say.
I've never been a big Superman fan. Not because he's a bad hero. It's just I never was big into DC, and so Superman's not really my style of a hero.
Truth, justice.
I'm
and the
excited
American
for
way.
this movie.
I'm too, very much so.
It looks good.
Been looking.
Looks good.
so
I've
forward
avoided
to it.
most of the trailers.
Why?
Yeah, I saw the
because
first.
I want to
and that
be
was it.
surprised. I mean, I saw the one. I saw one of the trailers showed Green Lantern and Hawk Girl. I think it had Mr. Terrific, which is pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'm
That
glad
is
that
pretty
he's
cool.
You
kind
could
of
say
more
it's
of a
terrific.
All right, I wasn't gonna go there, but I'm very excited. And it's
Hey,
got
Nathaniel?
crypto. It's got crypto.
Crypto.
That's so
Hey.
cool.
Hey, Nathaniel, you're
Yeah.
just not funny.
Well, that's the
Side
argument he
eyes.
was trying to make this morning or earlier this morning.
This
Oh my
morning,
God.
dude, none of us can talk. Holy
We
cow.
it's been we've been recording this episode for 10 hours. So much
Yeah.
misinformation
Yep.
that I had to cut it all out, and we had to make a whole new episode.
Next
Too
year
much
we'll do the 10-hour stream, the 10-hour long conversation.
Oh gosh, we're gonna get 0 views on that, but it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Oh, that'd be nuts.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be.
Eat
We're
food,
gonna have one
eat food
person
on
watching.
camera for the
It's gonna
first
be.
time.
Oh my goodness.
We'd have to.
I have an idea for a conversation topic. What audiobook could we see each other narrating?
Okay.
Right off the bat, Brandon, that book you loaned me a couple years ago. It was one of those, I think it was like an Age of Sigmar book. It was
Oh,
about like a witch hunter or a bounty hunter or something.
yeah, and the dragon and all that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you read that?
That book, no, I gave it back to you. But we did. It was a long time ago on my Discord channel where you, me, and Tyler took turns reading it to each other, like we had this weird book club going on.
Yeah. we
And
should do that
I
again.
that was fun. That was fun. I would love to do a book club. Yeah. So, whatever that book was called, Brandon, that's the book I can imagine
I think
you
it was-
reading.
I think it was Blood of the Dragon. It's a
Sounds
What
like
is
a
that
Bruce Lee
from
movie.
or by or whatever? Is that a
I don't remember.
standalone book, or is it a Warhammer book, or?
It's a Warhammer fantasy novel.
Okay.
So it's
Whoa.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
not a 40K book. I know. I read things that aren't 40K. It's shocking.
But it's still Warhammer.
What about you,
Um,
Nate?
I'm not supposed to pick for myself, right?
No, you have to pick for
Okay.
us.
I think I could imagine um you, Brandon, reading I would say I'm just trying to think of stuff I've listened to. I would say something either um Halo or Warhammer. Just because like
Why
uh,
Halo?
I'm about to say why. Because in both cases, we're talking books with like really cool characters and really cool action and really interesting lore and all this kind of stuff. And I could see this being one of those cases where you would be able to tell how like excited about it you are while reading, and I think it would really add to it. I know most audiobook readers, I don't know what you would call that, but they try to generally keep like one level of tone. They don't put a bunch of emotion into their voice, but I feel like if you were to let a little in, it could actually be really engaging.
See, for me, the best audiobooks I've ever listened to are when the reader has amazing energy and like multiple different voices and tones.
Mhm.
I think that's the best when they add that extra emotion.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
yeah.
Um,
Man, we're lively today, aren't we?
Then for you, Scott, I would say, I would think a similar thing. Like, well, what's something that you could get really excited about? Um, but
Sorry. Cat. Yeah.
uh, I don't, I don't know if, like, I don't know if they make Transformers books, right? But that'd be something you'd obviously get really
Ah.
excited about. But I would think something. Um, and then this first thing will make sense. Obviously, like high medieval fantasy or whatever, or just fantasy in general. You know, magic and monsters, swords, adventures, all that kind of stuff. I think you would obviously do good with that because you know the genre and you know, would probably enjoy whatever you're reading. Um, but the other thing I'm also gonna say, and I don't know if this is a genre, but I'm just gonna throw together some terms here. I'm gonna say like industrial fiction, industrial fantasy. What do I mean like that? What do
Interesting.
I mean by that? I would say the like in Final Fantasy VII, the setting of Midgar, the city, is like
Yeah.
this. It's fantasy, but it's this very industrial place. There's all
You're
this stuff going
thinking
on, all these problems. There's also this one book I read in school one time called The City of Ember, and basically it's like everyone is living underground because there's
you're
something going.
thinking like
I remember that.
steampunk fantasy, kind of.
Well,
No?
more
I don't know
like
because it doesn't have to be steampunk. It can still be kind of modern, but they would have those kind of fantastical elements or almost be written like a fantasy book. That one book I read in school called The City of Ember, it was like something had happened above ground. Everyone lived underground in this one big city, and it got to the point where so everyone had like jobs. It was about two kids, and you would get your job maybe when you were in like the eighth grade or something, and so there was like the messenger, and there's the person who like messenger would deliver mail, or you have someone called like a pipe works laborer who would they'd work like in mechanics and keeping the city together. And basically the city was getting so old, it had light and all that kind of stuff, that like at any moment their generator could fail. Nobody knew this, and this is part of the book, is that at
yeah.
any moment their generator could fail, and the entire city, everyone would be plunged into darkness. And so you follow these two kids trying to figure out what's going on and trying to uh, either can this be fixed or can we go above ground, all these kind of things. But it's very industrial is such a non-specific
Sure.
word, but it's very industrial, and I just think you would do
Yeah.
very good with thematically with those kind of books. Um, I don't know why. I just think, I think you would fit that very well. I guess that's why.
I think it'd be fun. I think for you, Nate, I've got a couple things. For one, because I already did Brandon. Um, One thing I would love to listen to you narrate one of the Star Wars books, Plagueis, because you talk about it so often.
Oh, so good.
And I know it's one of your favorite books. I think you would have fun with
I
that.
I
But
I
also,
guarantee you I can do a better Chancellor of Valorum voice than the one in that.
I would love to listen to you narrate the Harry Potter books.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, I think that would be
Really?
a lot of fun. Either Harry Potter or here's my last one. Like I have these really big like Final Fantasy lore encyclopedias. I've got 3 of them. I would love to listen to you just like go off on like encyclopedia entries about lore.
That would be
Just
fun.
like this is this random thing about this tower that exists in this city in this random town, and
That'd be
here's like
very
an
fun.
excerpt about it. Like, dude, that would be cool.
I didn't expect Harry Potter though. I don't know those books,
Oh
so
yeah,
I need
neither
to
do
I
I.
need to I'll probably like give it a try again or something, because when I
Can I maybe point
tried to get
something
into
out?
it
I
in
don't know if you
school, I
guys
was like, I don't
necessarily
like
took
this.
into
But
account. Because you guys took into account excitement levels and things that you think we would enjoy doing.
hmm
But did you take into account the our voices as a whole? Like, what would I sound good narrating?
Hunger
So, like,
Games.
that's the stuff I said. I was thinking about that. I think you both would sound good reading those specific things. I think your voice, your
okay.
style would fit them.
I'd like to. I don't know. I think you'd have a pretty interesting take with Hunger Games novels, Brandon.
Really? You think so?
I could see that.
Hmm.
Okay. Hunger Games are great books. I've read them.
Yeah.
They're great. Scott, here's the thing. So Scott has like 5 accents that he does really well. So
I
something
have
with
0.
nah, nah, nah. You do dwarves pretty good
Well,
when you
compared to
like actually
me,
stop to
it's pretty good. Everything's good. Everything's masterful.
Scott. So here's the thing. I think Scott would be better at doing something along the lines of a fantasy, like you said, Nate,
hmm
where he gets to be more like more individual characters, make up some voices, stuff like that. Nate, you would be amazing at. This is gonna sound crazy, but you'd be great for voice acting the Book of Leviticus. You'd be like,
Oh, I
and
love it.
then he shop begatteth in the King James version specifically. I don't know why.
That'd be interesting.
Just because, like, you have that tone of voice and you're capable of just like deadpanning and going and going and going.
And
You would actually, I would love to listen to you deadpan and just go through Leviticus. That'd be amazing.
I'd prefer, if we're gonna go with one of the books people really don't like, I'd prefer like Chronicles or something, just because I find it more exciting than Leviticus. But if it must be Leviticus,
Nate, take this as a compliment. I'm not saying you're
Yeah.
boring. I'm saying you could make Leviticus fun for me to listen to.
that's cool. That's really cool. Yeah.
Leviticus is like the least fun book in the Bible, according to most people. I don't know.
I think that's what's the one that King Solomon did after Proverbs?
There's nothing new under the sun. Ecclesiastes. Everything
Yeah,
is meaningless.
I
It's
think
all
that's the
smoke,
most
nothing but
depressing
smoke.
book.
By definition,
Good lord.
yeah, it is very
Good things
sad.
happen. Good things happen to bad people. Bad things happen to good people. The rich get richer, the poor get poorer. It's like that kind of stuff, dude.
Yeah.
It's very nihilistic and sad.
But then at the end, he goes, "I've lived life, and what I can take away is this, serve God,
Yeah.
because that has meaning, right?" So, very, very, very interesting book. It's very interesting as like a partner to Proverbs and Psalms, which are in general very encouraging. So, yeah, that's if you're talking about what's the saddest book, that's it for sure.
I'm not talking saddest. I'm just talking like, yeah, Nate, you'd be good for that. I think. I know that sounds mean, but I promise it's meant in kindness.
I'm receiving it as kindness. Back to I just have this. I feel like I need to share this story because I don't think I've shared it on here yet.
Oh boy.
You're talking about voice acting, which is I think would be so much fun. I think that'd be such a fun job. Honestly, the more I like learn a voice actor who's in this, voice actor who's in that, the more I realize a lot of voice actors don't actually necessarily change their voice. They're not necessarily hired to. Plenty of them aren't hired to do an accent. It's no, we want your voice. And what they do is they'll speak in a lower register or higher register, or they'll just talk in their normal voice, but obviously adopting the language or the mannerisms or characteristics of a character's speech, right? So it's obviously different.
Yeah.
Especially if you're like Travis Willingham and everyone's like, you have a deep Southern accent.
Just
Voice
do it.
every
Yeah.
character I've ever
With
made.
a deep Southern accent.
One
Yeah.
Mustang. Yep.
Which makes me go, I think voice acting could be something like I don't know that I'd ever get to do it, but it would be something that I don't think I would be unable to do because I struggle with accents, I struggle with voices, I struggle with impressions, those kind of things. But what I feel like I can do, and this has happened from a lot of reading audiobooks and I know how this character sounds in the non-audiobook version of this, like reading the Halo audiobooks and trying to parrot back the lines in a voice closer to in-game Master Chief, or reading the Plagueis book and going, okay, the Valorum sounds nothing like this. You can take on a certain, you can think of, well, how does this person talk, and to some degree sound like them in a sense.
You're stuck now.
Like I think that's something, just in general voice acting, I would totally love to get to do that for something fun, like a game or something someday. Whenever I get to making a video game, I will voice act one of the characters. How about that?
Sweet.
But anyway, Scott, you've always been good at voices. You've always been good at impressions and stuff. And Brandon,
Thank you.
what you're really good at, um, like I don't know that I would rate the quality of any of the voices or impressions you do higher than Scott's. If we're talking about like accuracy of the accent or how good does it actually sound or like how good is your actual Scottish or anything, but you're really good at
Oh, it's
just 100% like selling it. You're totally invested. You are. There's no holding back, and you're confident. It's like when
Yeah.
you're singing, a lot of guys don't use their falsetto or don't train their falsetto, but what separates the untrained or the nervous vocalist from John Mayer or Chris Martin or whatever, I think when it comes to falsetto, I think the biggest thing is just their confidence. Those guys are not. They're just gonna do it, right? Uh, and it's gonna sound good because of that. Um, all that to say, I'm not always very confident with my voices, but there was this one time I was because there's such a thing called inner voice. The way you hear
Okay.
yourself is not 100%, and you
It's
know
not what
this if
everyone
you
else
listen to a
hears.
recording, it's not 100% accurate to what you actually sound like to other people. And some people can't listen to themselves because of that. I've gotten over that at this point. I've learned to like both my inner voice and my real voice. Uh, but we did this one game in our with our D&D group. Uh, it was in the Fate core system, and it
Yeah.
was it was in space.
Oh my
So
gosh.
Scott had run this really good one shot
Oh.
in the Fate core system because we wanted to try it out, and it was our first time actually doing something sci-fi.
Was this the
And
first space game?
I'm talking about,
No,
I guess, the
Nate.
second space game, because
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah, because for the one shot he did, it was really cool. We were in space. It was sci-fi. We're on a ship, and I, I some there's a problem, right? Alien, whatever thing. We got to fix it. Kind of whatever. I don't remember all the details. I just remember it being awesome, and we like limped home afterwards. It was super cool. But we liked that so much that he decided and we decided, hey, let's do another thing in Fate. Let's continue this story a few years later, a new crew trying to go and figure out this phenomenon. And anyway, I decided to play in the first one. I just played a doctor and probably talked closer to how I normally sound. Um,
Yeah.
but I in this other case was like a space marshal, a kind of a space sheriff. Had a cowboy hat. Guy was an orc. Had a gun. All that kind of stuff. And I decided, well, why not throw in the southern accent like he's a whole
Yeah.
cowboy. Like this is the Wild West. And let me be honest, guys, in my inner voice, it sounds really, really good. It sounds like a really good southern accent. But for like two whole sessions, so we're talking 8 hours, I had used this voice. And it's before our third game, like one week, and I'm upstairs. I'm cooking with like my brother-in-law, and we start. I break out the voice for like a joke or something, and he breaks his out, which is much better than mine. and and we're just like having fun and whatever. And
Wait, so did Logan coach you, or did you just hear his voice?
no, we were just talking back to each other in these
Okay.
voices while cooking. It was funny, and mom was laughing, and Abby was laughing, all that kind of stuff. But dad comes home from like a board meeting or something,
Oh no.
and he goes,
Oh my gosh.
which this is what I really appreciate about uh both my parents, but I don't think mom knew that this wasn't like a joke, just a totally jokey voice,
Oh
because
no.
dad hears it for just a few minutes and he goes, Nathaniel, that's really bad. That's your it's horrible. It's really bad. And I go, really? Like actually? It's like, yeah. And anyway, give it an hour later, and I come downstairs and I go, okay, guys, is this horrible? And and pretty much everyone, yeah. I was like, you didn't tell me. We've been 8 hours of this, and nobody told me. Nobody told me. You guys know I'm not the jokey one. I don't ever do joke voices. What did you think I was
Nathaniel,
doing?
I never thought it was very. I never thought it was bad. I just was like, oh, he's doing a southern voice. Okay, and that was about as much thought as I put into it.
Yeah, see, Nathaniel, you gotta understand. None of us were judging you on your accent because that implies we want to be judged on ours.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I I I appreciate that, but I just
So
found
I
it really
don't.
funny because I assumed, man, if this was really bad, someone would have said it, and I would have probably stopped doing it. But
Also don't
I
do a lot
kept
of
doing it, I
accents
think.
because
But
yeah, it worked out. It's fun. I don't do a lot of accents because most of my characters, I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna do my voice but slightly deeper.
you also do very good at. I will. You also have like a type of character you like to play, and
It's true.
in your defense, if that is something that even needs to be defended, uh, you also do a very good job at changing up the specifics of those characters to keep it interesting. But um,
I typically change
yeah,
them to match the party after we get established.
it's good to have a player like you in every game.
Thanks, man.
It is.
You're fun to play with too, just so you know.
Thumbs
Yeah.
up.
Awkward.
I miss you guys. I can't wait till we get to actually play a game again someday in the far, far future.
Just any kind of game, or
Any
Next
kind,
week on
man.
Discord.
D&D specifically, or do you mean like
Next week on
Any
Discord.
a
kind.
video game or a board game or?
I would be down to play a video game again. We need to record something on here with the three of us.
Well,
Yeah. We
segue
should
into
record
my
World of
topic.
Warcraft.
We should do that too. But segue into my topic. You wanted it. Not that you wanted it, but I wanted it and said it was going to happen. Here it is. I have a list of reasons why Brandon would
Uh-oh.
like. Brandon, longtime lover of World of Warcraft, enjoyer of Final Fantasy X, would like Final Fantasy XIV online. Here are the reasons. Got multiple things here. I'm just going to go through them. And Scott
Make
has
me break.
Scott's
Nathaniel, I'm
played
gonna
the
warn
game
you
more
now.
than I have. So what?
If you're off base on anything, I'm gonna bring out a surprise voice, and it's gonna make you laugh, and I'm gonna break your concentration. Just so you know.
Okay. Okay. I'm just going to go through these and do my thing where I talk on and on and on and on and on, and then we can unpack them. And Scott might have some reasons I don't add in here. All right. First of all, one of the biggest reasons why I think Brandon would like Final Fantasy XIV are these things called deep dungeons. Deep dungeons.
Pretty good.
One of my favorite things to do when playing was Palace of the Dead, which is a deep dungeon. What a deep dungeon is you unlock it at like a certain level and a certain place in the story. But no matter your level, if you have a level 50 character, a level 40 character, a level 60 character, and you want a really good place to, I guess, kind of like grind to, level them up even more, you go into a deep dungeon. And what it does is you start at level 1. And it's basically like 200 floors in the case of Palace of the Dead. You start at level 1 on floor 1, and it's kind of got its own mechanics in the sense of like there are these chests you can open to get certain items to change up the floors, and as the floors progress, some of them will get really interesting. It'll be like, well, you can use all your main abilities, but you can't use any role abilities on this floor, or you can't use any of these extra items called pommanders, which would be like, for this floor, you're stronger, or for this floor, there's no traps, anything like that. So pommanders are to balance out the random buffs or debuffs of each floor, and the buffs and debuffs are there to balance out pommanders to keep it interesting rather than just mindless kill monsters until we've killed enough to proceed to the next floor. But it's like procedurally generated dungeons. So you start at level 1 on floor 1, and as you kill bad guys, you level up and you progress through these different rooms, and then after you've killed enough, you can find this thing that will take you to the next floor, which usually isn't after everything is dead. If you want to stay and kill more guys, you can. But you continue to play, and you go from 1 to 200, and every 10 floors there's a boss, and you level up, and it's also a great way to learn a class because you start at their very first level, and so you're able to um, like naturally learn their rotation and how stuff will work at Palace of the Dead's case, max of 60, um, 60 levels, uh, and that way that can give you some foresight if you're still playing that class at a lower level, knowing understanding their rotation, how is this going to develop, all that kind of stuff. Deep Dungeons are really cool, really, really, really good music as well. I have a lot of fun with them. They're super fun with friends because it's just a 4-person party. I love those. Okay, another thing, another reason why Brandon would love Final Fantasy 14, or I think why he would like it.
This feels like a BuzzFeed video.
You can get multiple jobs on one character. World of Warcraft, you start the game as a warrior, or a shaman, or a paladin, right? Final Fantasy, you have a limit of, I think, 6 or 7 jobs to start from: warrior, paladin, monk, black mage, white mage, dragoon, summoner, scholar. 8 jobs. Technically 7 if we're counting scholar and arcanist as the same. You have 8 jobs to start from, and but there's like over 20 jobs in the game now. And
Yeah, there's a lot now.
right away after like the first 10 levels, you can go pick up another job. So you can play every single job on one character, which if you're wondering why that's required, it's because as we've said before, each expansion is like a whole game, and there's so much story, and it's not the kind of game that you can easily play back through the whole story because it is a Final Fantasy game. It does have a Final Fantasy story. It is the main scenario is linear in that regard. So it's not the kind of thing you necessarily would have an easy time playing through, considering it can be a bit of a time investment. So you can get multiple jobs on one character, which is really cool. You can go, okay, I have a tank, I have a melee DPS, I have a magic DPS, I have a ranged DPS, and I have a healer. And you go and you're playing with your friends and you're like, hey, what do you guys want today? What do you need today? Or you can go, hey, I'm not really liking this class that I started with. Let me try this other one. Or um, you can have a main, but maybe you want to try something like soloing Palace of the Dead, and your main isn't very good for that. Well, you can pick up a job like
Good
Warrior
luck.
or Machinist or Red Mage and try to solo with that. Um,
So, Scott, Nathaniel, I want to pause here because I think you are 100% off on this particular point. And here's why.
okay.
I like having 20 different characters, all of which are unique to one class. I like having alternate characters. I've told you this multiple times too. I don't like the idea of just having one character to do everything. I would rather be able to go, let me re-log out and log back in with my new guy. Because on top of the class, you also have like crafting professions. And those change
Yeah.
as well depending on your playstyle and the character
You've
you're doing.
got, and in Final Fantasy 14, you can have every crafter and gatherer job on one character.
I
They're all
actually don't-
separate classes.
Yeah.
Again, but I don't like that. I would rather it be one character, one class.
Sure.
Well,
So I wanted to make that
Good.
correction
good.
because I believe
You know.
you were unaware of that.
I didn't know that. You're correct, but I
really
do
do
think
enjoy.
in the case of Final Fantasy, if you do ever get into it, and after going through the story, you would be like, I do not want to do this with 20 characters. So there's that.
True.
All right. Next point. Final Fantasy XIV story earns its largeness. One of my least favorite things about anime is endless power scaling. Gosh, please stop making
It's
episodes
true.
eventually. Please stop.
It's true.
Stop. Stop. Just stop. Just stop.
But
Dragon
Goku
Ball.
needs to fight the
Why is
15th god again.
why did Dragon Ball continue after the Cell Saga? Can someone answer that?
Hold up, I think Boo was okay.
I like it, but
Like it.
but I think
I can tell you
that
why.
I think the power scaling was too much after that. Do you know why, Scott?
Yes, because Toriyama made it so bonkers insane because he wanted people not to like it so that they would stop telling him to make more. But then people liked all the bonkers stuff. He thought fusion was like the idea of fusion was stupid, but then everybody liked it. It all backfired
Amazing.
on him. That's why he made the Boo Saga. Or
That's
so I've been told.
hilarious. That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Well, the
Anyway,
creator hates his own creation.
in the case of Final
It's
Fantasy
Vegeta.
14,
Or he did, he's dead now. But
it earns the uh, status of which you get to as a hero. It earns the craziness of feats at which you end up doing. Why? Because the story is huge and the game is long and it's spread out over many expansions and many hours. And you start as a normal guy, just going and killing like oversized rats to a dude slaying, you know, the like god monster kind of things. So, um,
I will say that just to add in on there, sorry Nate, cutting in.
mhm.
Um, now that I've been replaying it again with my wife, I've realized how small you feel to the rest of the world, and even when you are like, oh, you just killed this really big threat to the area, people still aren't looking at you like you're a hero now. You deserve the title. They're still like, you'll still go around and they'll be like, okay, but like, why should we entrust this with you? Why are we gonna roll the dice on this essentially nobody?
Mhm.
And you feel like that for a while, and it's kind of fun. I kind of like just being this backwoods hick that they have to put their trust into.
Because eventually it gets to the point where like you can only do so much with a character that is that strong and that is also doesn't talk because you are it's your character, right? So a lot of the story focus gets put around other characters and you're there to help them. Uh, and they do trust you at that point, but it doesn't start that way at the beginning. Um, but yeah, the story earns uh, the the places it goes, and I think from what I remember and from what I know, I remember it being well written. I remember it feeling good, all that kind of stuff.
It's
So
very well written.
there's that. All right, next thing, Final Fantasy themes and story. Brandon, you like Final Fantasy X, as far as I know. You've played Final Fantasy One, or I don't think you've beaten it, right? But you've started it.
I've played 1, 2, and 4.
Okay.
Four is the
Um,
I've played
best,
Final.
man.
I have not beaten any of them, mostly because I did not do them all in one session and I got lost.
that's what you can't take too long for a break, or and you can
Yeah, and
with
then
an
you got to
MMO, but
restart.
not with those old ones, because you're gonna be like, what was I doing? What
That's 100%
weird
what
specific
happened.
thing was I supposed to go do?
I gotta go
uh,
talk to the dancer again in the local town because she'll tell me what to do, but I don't remember where the local town is.
or which
Hmm.
building she was in, or yeah. Uh, but
Or yeah,
it,
no.
it Final Fantasy 14 it obviously is an MMO, but it's also kind of like an RPG and a Final Fantasy game first. Um,
Yeah, it's definitely
so it
Final
it
Fantasy
still
first, and
has
then
those themes.
there
It still has
third.
those the kind of story. I mean, a lot of what's in it is reminiscent of older Final Fantasies uh, and newer Final Fantasies. So if you like Final Fantasy, if you like any of its characters, any of its lore, there'll be something to like with 14 because it calls back to other games. It obviously they're still all separate, but it's the kind of thing that it is still a Final Fantasy game. It's not just Square Enix throwing that name tag on some kind of MMO moneymaker, right? So there's that. Another thing I would say, there's lots of content for different levels and different moods. So if you just are like, man, I don't want to do, I just want something to turn my brain off. I just want to turn my brain off, but I want something to do. You can just go fish, or
Fishing's
um,
nice.
if you are like talking with some friends in chat. Like something I used to do is be on Discord and I would run while running like leveling roulettes, which is kind of a daily shuffle of different dungeons and what are called duties and stuff
He
to
said duty.
to level my characters while talking with people. There's obviously story you can go through. There's so much side quests. There's PvP, a whole bunch of stuff you can do at different for like the casual player, for the hardcore player. You don't always have to be one or the other either. There's so much there, and a bunch of different things you can try, a bunch of different things you can do. You can even go to the Gold Saucer and just play Final Fantasy VIII's Triple Triad and do
Gambling.
mini games for however long you want. It's awesome. There's so much there, so much for different moods, different scenarios you find yourself in. Uh, I really have a long list. I need to start just lightning round through these. Okay,
Yeah.
another thing, community feedback. Square Enix does a really good job at looking at their forums, looking at their Twitter, uh, talking with the community, looking at the Reddit. I know they obviously get really good feedback from those in Japan, but they make efforts to and have, and as far as I understand recently, have even been trying to make more efforts to uh, better, even better than they already do, which is great by many standards. Um, Getting proper feedback and listening to their worldwide community. Um, and so it's the kind of thing that if you're like, oh, I didn't like this or I didn't like that or there's a problem, it, someone's gonna hear it. Uh, if something was really bad or really has got to get changed, and that's what a lot of people want and what the dev team thinks, yeah, that'd be a good idea. It might end up getting changed. They do a really good job at community feedback. There's plenty of patch notes. They have don't they have like every time there's a new patch, they the they have like a live stream where they go through it and talk about new features and all that kind of stuff. It's cool. It's cool. There's a lot of engagement with the community. All right, next thing. You have the ability to play on your own if you're frustrated. Brandon, we would play Counter Strike a lot, and sometimes you would be like, dude, people are just frustrating me today because you would just want to have fun playing the game you like, and you would get into a game with some person who just wants to be hateful and just be super duper rude, and you just be like, I want to play this game, but I don't have the patience for that right now. Final Fantasy XIV is an MMO. It is made to be played with people, but it has this thing called the trust system. Let's say, oh man, I want to progress the story. I want to run dungeons, but you need to play with other people to run dungeons. Well, not anymore. It's less efficient than with people, but if the way the trust system works is that it lets you play with bots, basically. Do dungeons with bots. Continue the story with bots in places where you would normally need friends. So if you're ever like, I'm just tired of people, but I want to continue playing this, you've got the trust system. Next point. It's got great music. It's a Final Fantasy game. Who would have thought? But there's so many songs. We're talking like 100 for each expansion, plus 50 for like their later patches. So and they cover different genres. I mean, you've got the classic orchestrated thing in here. You've got the metal here. You've got the techno here. You've got the thing with words here. You've got the thing without words here. You've got what the heck am I listening to over here? It's awesome. There's some great music. I think you'd like it. It's got interesting lore and cool characters. Uh, I really think you would like the lore, Brandon. I think you would like some of the characters that are really really awesome. In the way that you like some of Warhammer's characters, in the way that you like some of. Well, yeah, that's a great example. I think you could get excited about some of the lore in a similar way to how you get excited about certain pieces of lore and certain characters from Warhammer. Maybe not as much, but I still think you would really like it. The story reacts to your character choices. You can have like done some white mage job quests and be at a point in the story where they recognize that you've done that before. They go like, "Oh, you have experience in this, right?" When normally, if you hadn't done that, they wouldn't have recognized that. They can like acknowledge that you've done this side quest, you'd have done that side quest, or and that can be interesting. You don't always notice if that's something specific to your character. You obviously notice if they call you by like your race name, because you're that. That's obvious, and it would have changed for someone else. But the story will recognize little character choices like that, and it makes um, it just feels satisfying when that happens. Okay, next point. As far as I understand, I've never done it, but even though it's not super popular, you definitely need to like run it during like peak hours. As far as I understand, the PvP is well balanced, and
Yeah, they just redid it.
if you like some PvP, it exists, and I would
I don't.
totally. I know you've played WoW PvP, but as far as I know,
Yeah, I don't enjoy it. I usually do it because I want something.
Final Fantasy PvP is pretty chill. So it is there if you want.
That's the only reason I would play PvP.
Yeah,
as if I want
supposed to
like
be
a piece
really
of
chill.
loot.
I want that mount.
Yeah, that's exactly right. All right, that's a question. How's the mount farming? Let's cut to the chase.
I'll get
You're
to that.
taking forever.
That's in here. That's in here.
No, no,
Okay,
no,
I'm
no,
almost
no,
done.
no,
I'm running through these. It's almost there. I have it here. Okay,
Mounts
okay.
now.
Let me
How's
go
the
through
mount
this.
culture?
All right. One more thing. So, well, not one more thing. Many other things. So, there's plenty of jobs in the game. So,
No,
if
mounts.
you can find one you'll like there is a guarantee you'll find one you'll like. Okay. Another thing. Everything is connected. The world, the jobs, the characters, the lore. It's all connected mostly, and it's very coherent. Very cool. Uh, Next point, active community, multiple consoles, lots of events, full servers. There's always stuff going on. It's awesome. Mini games, mentioned the gold saucer. And this is where we get to mount farming and that kind of thing. Not only do you have mounts to collect, but there's also these things called minions, like little dudes that will follow you around.
They're like the pets
Pokemon.
in World of Warcraft.
Yeah, we have that.
Yeah. And you can get minions from like running dungeons or from a quest or from this kind of thing, and you can get mounts from stuff in the gold saucer. As far as I understand, this is obviously is not everything, but most things that are on Mog Station, which is stuff like where you go to spend real money on the game. Plenty of things on there when it comes to mounts and minions and that kind of stuff can be earned in the game. And there are plenty of mounts to get. There are plenty of minions to just earn to run that dungeon a bunch of times for to get really darn good at triple triads. So that way you can get the gold saucer money to buy that kind of stuff.
Regalia.
Or
Get that sports car.
yeah, or the cloud spike.
A sports car mount? I don't want a sports car. I want an epic flying dragon.
You get one of those
the,
for free.
The sports car from Final Fantasy 15 that the boy band drives in, except it can also like fly.
Yes.
It was for
could
the
in Final Fantasy 15
it was
as
for
well.
the 15 and 14 crossover event.
I understand why, but like, bruh, just give me a dragon.
It's a little
You can
it's a
get one
little
of those.
immersion breaking, but you do get quite a few dragons, I think.
Good.
Midgard Swarmer.
Midgard Swarmer, yeah.
Yeah, the big serpent.
I'm trying to remember how Louis
Just pretty
Sloss
cool.
said it.
Bro,
I
yeah.
don't remember.
I think Midgard Swarmer. Yeah,
It's
there's
just
Midgard
called
Swarmer.
Yeah.
I think you
That's the
can.
only
Is
dragon I know
it
of.
Tiamat?
I don't think you get a Tiamat,
not
right?
Tiamat. No, that's an NPC.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anyway,
you can earn mounts, you can earn minions. There is that kind of stuff to get and unlock and fill out. You can also earn triple triad cards. Again, I'm mentioning this really cool minigame from Final Fantasy VIII.
there's a
that everyone
card
loves.
game.
You can earn. Your job can be, I don't want to play this story. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. But I'm going to do every quest possible. I'm going to run this dungeon 1,000 times for the chance of getting this one really rare card. Obviously not that much, hopefully. And my last point. Brandon, your friends will be playing it. So, I think there's always fun in that to some degree. If you like the game, if you like parts of it, it's always better with friends. So, we will be playing it. I'm going to, people, hello, listening to this, I'm going to start playing it again and review it for Video Game Reviewer, like different, each expansion. So, that will be soon.
Which means I'll be there too.
And he'll be there.
Sometimes.
So,
By the way, the most
that
viewed
is a
videos
thing.
on the channel are with Scott, I think. So
Really?
people love Scott, yeah.
back when
I
we
thought you
did
were doing
the,
a war video.
it was back
No,
when
dude,
we
you got us beat.
with the first videos we made, people really loved Scott. Yeah,
Yeah, people love
Pictures of
Scott.
Video
Oh.
Games episodes. Yeah, but Dawn of War
Okay.
did really good too.
It
So,
did.
Oh.
We brought in the Warhammer community.
yeah. All right, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 reasons why I think Brandon would
See,
like Final
Nate,
Fantasy 14, and he only
if
said one of them he wouldn't like. It's one of the reasons he didn't.
oh, I
like
just didn't want to keep
Two.
interrupting.
Two.
two. Was there two?
Two. It was the PvP and there was the
Oh,
multiple
that too.
jobs on one character.
Yeah.
My
Which, I
point with
mean-
my point with the PvP is that, as far as I understand, like, because I've heard Brandon get frustrated doing WoW PvP before. As far as I understand,
Oh, yeah.
because
yes,
it's well balanced,
Battlegrounds,
it's
I mean.
not very frustrating. That's what I'm trying to say. So if you had to
Oh,
do it for
gotcha.
something, it wouldn't be very frustrating.
My issue with WoW PvP generally in Battlegrounds, and it's not as much of an issue in Classic because Battlegrounds weren't as big of a deal then. But like
Yeah.
in Cataclysm, it's one of two things happens. You have one dude who's just like they put people who have done all of the raids and have the best gear in the game against people who
Yeah.
just hit max level. And you're like, you can't do that. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, but with that gear on, those people have literally killed a god this expansion. You can't do that.
Yep. Rogues are gross. Druids are fast.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Not fun.
Not actually killed a god. Deathwing's not a god. That was a stupid thing to say.
No, but they killed one of the old, or a couple of the old gods at that point,
Not killed. No.
or at least
Banished,
sealed them away.
banished and sealed them away. Yeah. Which
Yeah.
the first time you do that is actually in Classic, which
Yeah.
is
Mhm.
what the entirety of Zul'Gurub's about. Not Zul'Gurub. What am I thinking of?
No, it's the one in the
Ahn'Qiraj,
desert
Ahn'Qiraj.
wasteland. Yeah. And you fight the
But,
big Cthulhu.
Nathaniel, and I'm not disagreeing with you on this. I just want to clarify a point about World of Warcraft. Because I thought about World of Warcraft a lot and comparing the two while you were saying this, because that's what you do, right? You compare what
Yeah,
you love
yeah,
with
yeah.
what you're
Right.
trying to be brought into.
Yeah.
With the earning your power thing, that makes sense in retail WoW with your established characters you've had for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as I hate,
It's atrocious now.
I just don't like the trope at all of you are the champion, you are the person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's just my personality. That's just how I am. In World of
Right.
Warcraft, however, as much as I dislike it, you really have earned. You are literally that guy.
Mm-hmm.
You fought old gods, you fought Deathwing,
Mhm.
you fought the Lich King, you've done all these crazy things. You've earned it.
Yeah.
I just don't like it because I
Yeah.
love the idea of just being one of many. So that's more of a personality thing. Is I like being one of many,
Right.
even if you've earned it. Like I'm just
like
not a fan.
when even because I do like Final Fantasy games, and I like it being about having heroes and all that kind of stuff. And one of
Yeah.
14's strongest things is its supporting characters, and that it oftentimes and still you will end up being the one to do the big thing, and you'll have friends, and they like you'll have other players, and they do have in-world explanations for why you have other players. It's just other people in your adventuring group, basically. Um, but it's supporting characters when like I can't speak of all their usage. I never got past like I stopped playing um in July of 2021. Endwalker wasn't even out yet. And I made it to the first dungeon of Shadowbringers, and I didn't play it, and because I got real busy, and so that's when I stopped playing. But anyway, the up to that point, from what I remember, the supporting characters were used very well, and I really liked when it made it feel like you're it's not the story's not just all about you. You do have other people
Yeah.
that are useful and are doing this thing and that thing, and yeah, I think I guess what I'm trying to say, Brandon, is I still think to some degree, because you just don't like the trope, you would get tired of it, but I don't think you would hate 14's execution in terms of that and the
Oh,
development of
certainly
that.
not. I mean, I've heard excellent things about it from people who have the same issues I do with it. So don't make it. I don't want to seem like I'm attacking 14 at all. It's just I wanted to clarify my
I
point
don't
on
feel
that.
like you are. And a lot of what I've said just this is another thing. I've barely ever played much WoW, right? I probably have less
Yeah.
than. I mean,
So
I
what
don't
I'm
know.
hearing
I
is
just don't
next
have near as much
episode.
experience as you guys have with it. So a lot of these, none of these comparisons, for the most part, were like
Yep,
directly to compete with WoW or whatever. It was just
gotcha.
here's what because I know you. Here's what I think you would like about this game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is next week or next time we do a recording, I need to come up with a list of 17 things about World of Warcraft you would love.
That'll
Well,
be fun.
the difference is I I I I do like World of Warcraft. Like I do know what I like about it, especially if we're talking about comparing it to Final Fantasy. Uh,
Yeah. Well,
I
I have. I think I've played Final Fantasy for a very short period. I tried the tutorial and I wasn't a fan of the UI. However, I was also a fussy child back then, and I probably would tough through it and actually
You were a
give the game
sussy
a fair
baka.
shot.
you can there's a lot of UI presets and there is full customization of it. But even if you just were like I don't like the initial one, there's a lot of different presets you could go through if you didn't want to like move everything around to your taste.
Well, I'll be honest, dude, I don't even like the UI on modern retail WoW. It
Oh,
angers
I
me.
don't
it's
either.
bad, man.
I don't either.
It's so bad.
It's
I
so
saw
annoying. It's like
I think
they
it was 2 weeks
overcomplicated it
ago.
for no reason.
2 weeks ago, I jumped back on the retail for the first time, and it was jarring.
It's
I
so
liked it
much.
back in. I played retail with Brandon back during Battle for Azeroth, and we kind of
2020.
stopped playing before
Yeah.
Shadowlands came out. That's certainly when I stopped playing because I moved on to other things, and I was just too busy with, life.
Life,
Um,
getting married, you know.
yeah, all that stuff. Um, but I jumped back onto it now that it's been Shadowlands, Dragonflight, and now they're on War Within, and they're getting ready to do. I think it's called Midnight here soon.
Wait, they're doing another
Um,
expansion. Have I not
they're
heard of
doing
this?
so they're doing War Within, and War Within is the first of a three arc. So they're doing
Three-part
Midnight is
arc.
the second, and
Okay.
I don't remember what the third one
Oh,
is. But once the third one is done, they're done.
just end it.
Well,
It should have been done after BFA.
um,
Like, stop
anyway,
making
so
it.
I jumped on there, and I made
World
a
of
character. I
Warcraft
made
2.
well,
It's just too much.
Eventually.
I made a new character, and it was kind of scary to me because I jumped in. I made a Drakthir, so that's
I don't even know
the
what
like
that is.
their dragon people race. Um, I just made a warrior. I tried to do just start out from fresh, but immediately it makes you level 10, and it's like
Oh
go through this
gosh.
portal and you'll get the Stormwind. I get the Stormwind, and immediately there's people saying, "Champion, hero, come to this place so that we can send you to the Dragonlands." And I'm like, "Wow, I'm a champion or a hero, and all I know is that my character just woke up from a cryo sleep."
Yeah.
Whoa! Or you can play. I went back and I played one of my old characters, the character that you and I played together, Brandon.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that guy's old now.
I walked into the game, and immediately upon logging in, they took this character, um, did all the new version. What spec are you? So choosing the marksman, and then it got rid of all my gear, all the
Yep.
stuff in my bags, gave me new gear to match my level, and I was like, all of the things that I was working on during this time period is
Are now
gone. I have
pointless.
all these old quests that how am I going to be able to finish some of these quests now because I don't have those key items anymore.
Correct.
And then
And a
it
lot of the
throws you
times
into
they remove those quests from the game too.
That's horrid.
yeah. I was
Gosh.
thrown into Agramar, and they're like, "Come see us." It's like all these people. I have no idea who these people are, but now I have like these pictures on my head, and like the UI, the HUD is really big and it's really clunky. I was playing on a MacBook, so I mean it's
It's
smaller than
also like
my
really
my
bright, and
Windows,
there's a
but
million pop-ups, and you're like, "What is
yeah,
happening right
yeah,
now?"
it's like turning on DCU for the first time in 4 years, and you just get all these notifications.
Oh.
I did that the other day too. But
Yeah,
then when
it's
you go
just
back and you play classic, I mean, I don't know, I don't know, man. Here, I love that the way that I like the graphics. It's a different art style. It feels like a different art style when you compare classic and retail
Yeah.
nowadays. Um, classic is more charming.
I
But the
find it,
graphics
yeah,
and
too.
the
Yeah.
attacks, the skills are really smooth. Um, I
in classic.
enjoyed just hacking at people. Yeah, yeah. In class, no, not in classic. In retail, I enjoyed just
Oh.
going over and hacking at people. But also, they die. Everybody dies real fast. Your character does feel like this god among men, and I don't think you. I think it's hard to die. It almost feels like, and this is kind of the problem that I've run into just playing through classic is it seems like everybody is trying to push you to get to max level because that's where the game really starts. Like
Yeah,
this is where all the fun is. Not all the journey of getting there. It's get to max level as fast as possible because then you can really play the game. And I don't
correct.
I don't like that because
I don't
I don't like that
some of my
either.
favorite memories with you, Brandon, is going through classic and having to read in the journal because you have to figure out where things are, and by reading in the journal to figure out where your objectives are because they don't tell you, you have to go look for
I
them
like that, yeah.
like it's kind of a real world. You learn these characters stories, you get the arc, you understand what's going on in each
You
specific
understand.
region.
You understand. Oh, the reason I'm killing these Quillbore. Oh, it's not because they're in my way and I need to get to max level. It's because, oh, they're raiding and pillaging this town and taking food away from the people, so they're actually a problem, and there's a bounty on them.
It's like the
Or their leader.
Manric's wife. They killed
Yeah,
Manric's wife. That's why he hates them and he wants you to go kill them. That
yeah,
makes sense. It's not
yeah.
go kill these 3 rats. Okay. Um, but another thing in retail is you can kill 3 bad guys and level up. But
Yeah.
in classic, no matter what level you are, whether you're going from level 1 to 2, you're gonna be there a while. You're gonna have to go through at least a farm of
You actually have to.
boars before you even get close to leveling up.
You actually have to earn your levels and earn your abilities and learn how to use them.
Yeah.
Which is very important, I feel. I think that's
It feels
extremely important.
it feels like there's more um it's the journey that's fun. That's where I find my enjoyment in World of Warcraft. I don't care for the dungeons. I don't care for I haven't played any of the raids, but the ones that I've
I
looked
like
at, they look
dungeons.
very stressful. Um
You also just
they look
get
very
anxiety and stuff
stressful.
like that. They can be.
So, this is
Did I
something
ever show
I've
you
actually
Telos
noticed
Square?
now that I've played no. Maybe.
Oh
Maybe.
man, what a
Um
headache.
looking at Final Fantasy and WoW side by side, um, WoW's cooldowns pop faster than Final Fantasy's. Usually, Final Fantasy's cooldowns take like 3 seconds before you have to go into like your next combo, depending on the skill, of course.
Or
Like
spell
Magic's going to
speed
take a lot
or
longer.
attack. Yeah, like
Yeah, rogues are going to go a lot faster, and ninjas. Um,
that's what they do.
in WoW, it's a lot faster, but I think that's also what the that's why I like Final Fantasy is there is it does feel like you're going on a journey, and I think that's why I really enjoy classic, um, and why I can hop between both games and not feel what's the word?
Disoriented.
It, yeah, um,
Yeah.
because it's a journey, and I'm being able to just sit and focus on these small stories in these regions, because yeah, I mean, playing as my undead character in Cataclysm was so much fun because I got to go through and just learn the lore and get to know all these NPCs and these characters. That is fun. I don't like retail. That was just my long drawn out way of saying, man, retail
I don't
is
like retail.
It sucks.
it's a
Retail
lot.
sucks.
I,
So
I, I can
bad.
see why people like it, but it
Retail?
is not for me. Yeah.
most people don't like retail. That's the thing. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't talk to many other WoW players nowadays, just because most of my friends who used to play WoW all stopped playing WoW. Go figure.
Yeah.
In fact, they became Final Fantasy people. So,
Well,
but whenever I talk to them about it, they're like, "Yeah, it's not good anymore. It lost that magic that made it World of Warcraft." Blizzard, please listen to this and understand I don't hate you and I'm not
they
trying to
won't.
attack
I
you. I
don't
just
hate
want
you.
you to I want you to understand the lament your fans are going through. We're upset because it's not special anymore. We're not factory workers. You can't just factory press us through your game. Give us back the calm, happy experience of Classic. Thank you. That's my speech.
There's a
That was
lot of
your
classic going around right
10
now
cents.
with Mists of Pandaria and pre-launch right now.
I think Mists
Good
of
time.
Pandaria might have been the last expansion where leveling was really valued.
Really.
It might have been. Yeah.
Hmm.
Maybe Warlords, but Warlords is when they really doubled down on the idea of making you the champion of the people kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Um but I don't know. Cuz so Cataclysm changed the overworld. And a lot of people would say for the best because it was kind of stale at that point and so Classic was really slow paced. Cataclysm is a good balance of slightly speeding it up without ruining what leveling is, right? Because it still takes a lot of time to level in Cataclysm. But at about Warlords of Draenor, I think they really just tripled and quadrupled down on level up fast. Let's get to max level because we're eight
I still
expansions
even
in
think,
now.
like, with Cataclysm, I still think you level up pretty fast. I
You do.
feel.
You level up much faster. But
I'm
Yeah.
not
also,
used to
you
it.
got to understand,
But it's
Nathaniel,
nice,
and
but to some
you got to
degree.
understand the max level in Cataclysm is 85.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. Something
Yeah.
else retail does very poorly is scaling,
Mhm.
because the highest level you could ever get was during Battle for Azeroth. You got it to level 120.
Okay.
Yep.
And then after BFA and Shadowlands, they did a level reset where the highest level you could get was 80 again,
Okay.
or something
It
like
was
that.
crunched.
It was
I think it was
crunched.
back to 60.
It was something like that. But that level crunch permanently ruined questing because none of the old zones were adjusted to match the level crunch.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
you would
odd.
you would start down a quest chain, and then
Yeah.
if you
Quickly.
over leveled
Yeah.
in the middle of the quest chain, there's no reason to continue going if the XP isn't going to help level you up. It's too
That's
minuscule. You might
interesting.
as well just go to
Wow.
a new zone.
Yep.
Um,
Wow.
Basically,
which
what
is
they did
sad.
is they made each expansion a level range instead of just letting it all scale with you. So what would happen is Classic was like level 1 through 20. By level 20, this is currently speaking. By the time you hit level 20, the normal original open world is no longer viable and it is pointless for you to level there, which is a problem. And then the next one is like Burning Crusade, the first expansion. By level 30, you're done.
Mhm.
Leave. And
Yeah.
it might even be less than that now because there's so many expansions. And
Um.
so leveling just doesn't really have that same power it used to. Which is why I love Classic, like you said, Scott, because yeah, I spent 3.5 hours to get the level 20 from 21, or 21 from 20,
That's a lot of
and
time.
it was satisfying. And guess what? That new ability I'm gonna go learn is amazing and makes my character stronger. And it
It
feels
feels
good.
earned.
It
Yeah.
feels good.
A few
Even if it's a
thoughts.
skill I'm never gonna use,
Um.
feels
Right?
good.
Talking about Final
Talking to all you
Fantasy.
warriors out there.
Uh. As far as I understand, with Final Fantasy 14, they are going to, with the next expansion, I think level crunch
Really?
Ah,
because they're at
Did they
100
talk
right
about
now.
that?
I
Hmm.
think from what I read, they had mentioned that they were thinking about it, but they're at 100 right now, and the game is set it's only got 10 years left, and then they're gonna say it's done. So,
Oh wow.
which I think should be 4 more expansions. I don't know. Anyway,
If it's
3 or 4,
one every 2
3 or
years
4.
or so, yeah.
And then they're gonna say it's good. So with the level crunch, the way it work is by the time the game's over, it's just 1 to 100.
Yeah.
So they're
My
thinking about doing that, but I do really like that, like which they will do it well because I will say this: they have retroactively gone back and adjusted other content before,
Yes.
and
They have already done
it's
that
not it
when the new
it's not
expansion came out.
half-hearted. Uh it's not we didn't fix old stuff like we should have. They will go back and fix old stuff. Um,
Yeah.
so
something
that
that's very
that'll be nice.
necessary
Yeah,
in an
Yes.
MMO like that.
but I'm very
And that's
thankful that the game is going to end, and it's
that's
not going
kind
to
of
go
where
on
I'm at
forever.
with World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft feels like Dragon Ball Z at this point,
Yeah,
Hmm.
and not in the good way. It's not like, yeah, that fight was epic. It's like, oh, that raid boss wasn't even difficult. It was just had a crap ton of HP, and the fight lasted 4 hours.
It was just annoying.
uh,
Yeah.
I will say one more thing though about Final Fantasy. They also have their expansions broken up into levels, but something they do that I think would ease your frustration of that a little bit, Brandon, is one, you don't only go to this one place and never come back there again.
You
You're
backtrack.
all over the world constantly, and you'll get and they'll with every new expansion there can be, well, here's Ul'dah, the city that you started in, depending on, I'm obviously gonna start there because Uldah's the best. Here's Ul'dah, the city that you started in. Uh, here's a new expansion, boom, level 70 quest here, level 90 quest here, or you're gonna go here for the story, and there's gonna be some quest here, right? So you do go back to stuff constantly. There are probably some places, like I don't know that from what I played too. I don't know that I ever went back to like Az's Law. Like there's some places I don't know that you ever go back to.
You go back.
You do go back to Az's Law? Okay.
Yeah,
That's
you
cool.
go back quite a lot.
Um, but they also have, because there are multiple ways to level your classes beyond just deep dungeon or beyond grinding mobs or side quests. They have like these things called duty roulettes, like I mentioned, and what that is it's here are all the duties, all the dungeons, all the raids you have unlocked in a playlist. And the way it works is you hit that, if you're trying to level, you hit that playlist, and it'll level sync you. So even though you're a level 70 character, you'll be doing this level 17 dungeon, and you'll get XP that will adjust and help you at level 70, rather than
Yeah.
it be
They
super
translate
minuscule.
it rather
And
nice.
doing the
They
roulette
added similar
specifically
things to retail.
exists like
It's
that
Yeah.
because of well, one, because Final Fantasy does not go everything worth playing is at the end of the game. There are
Sure.
people like me who will probably never be caught up.
I've never been caught up. I've been
But
playing
there's
for 6 years.
always people going through new stuff, and because of roulettes,
Yeah.
there's always older players that are like, I really want some gil or I really want some XP, so I'm gonna go do this roulette and help these newbies because one, they need to get through the game, and two, I want this reward.
Yeah.
And they've
It's
also have
funny you were
these
talking
things in the
about.
world called fates that you can level sync to. They're like I don't know what you'd call them, but it's just an active scenario. It's limited time. You walk in here and it's like you have 10 minutes to kill this monster or to do this
It's
objective,
a
and you can level sync to those two.
it's a
They're pretty
quest
cool.
that you can play through that's open to
It
everybody on the
refreshes over
overworld.
time. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. So you walk into the area, and then every player that walks into that immediately gets the quest, and you work together to achieve it. So like whenever a world boss shows up, that's one of the ways that
It'd be a fate, and it'd come back every
yeah.
10 minutes. Or yeah, super cool.
It's more
And you
like
can
every
grind for
2
stuff
hours,
from fates.
but
So
yeah. I've been going through at work. I've been listening to a YouTuber who reviews MMOs. In his quest to can we say
Yeah.
people's name? I'm gonna say his name.
Yeah.
Josh Strife Hayes.
I've only ever heard good things about him. So
Yes. He's got a series called Worst MMO. And so he goes through all these obscure MMOs. I think he's at like
Black
episode
Desert's gonna
90
be
right
like
now.
the worst. Black Desert's gonna be up there.
So he did a tier list. He went through hundreds of different websites and articles that talked about like top 10 lists of where these are the top 10 MMOs and everything. And he made this massive spreadsheet um and he gave them all the MMOs on that list points for what they earned depending on
Oh.
how many websites they were on.
Yeah.
Um
Trying to find the.
I don't remember where Black
the
Desert
name or
was
something.
on. I think it was pretty low. It was 250 MMOs.
Gosh.
Black Desert was probably bottom 5 all time. Black Desert is so terrible.
I don't think it wasn't bottom 5.
It should
There's
have.
gotta be
There's some pretty
some
bad
worse
ones out
free
there.
stuff out
I think
there.
I think it might have been in the 50s range. I will say that at the very top, tied, and it
What?
wasn't intentional. It was because that's just how everything shook out with all the points that all these websites gave. Final Fantasy and World of Warcraft were tied for the first place.
Yeah.
But they are
they'd
direct
have to.
competitors.
Crazy.
And they're the two most
Well,
popular.
they're competitors, but I
competitors.
feel like they're not really competing though.
They're not trying
No, I don't
to.
think
no.
anymore. I
They
heard.
just do
Yeah.
math.
I heard that WoW is finally adding player housing, which Final Fantasy has had
Yep.
forever.
And they did it a lot better than Final Fantasy too.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't
WoW
know
does
they
a lot
added
of. Here's. Oh yeah, it was for retail stuff, obviously. But yeah, they made a whole trailer. And one of funny enough, one of the Final Fantasy YouTubers and streamers that I follow did a whole video about it. She streams World of Warcraft too, and she talked about how it was a lot better.
The problem with
Really?
Final Fantasy's player housing is that it's not instanced, and so it's
Yes,
limited on the server.
it could be better.
You have limited housing.
Housing
per
in
server.
Final Fantasy is abysmal.
And they keep
As
adding
somebody
stuff.
who
but
had to
still.
sit there and wait. They depending on like what section, what city you want to get your housing in, they have what's essentially like 60 mini servers per housing section. And each of those little servers have only like 60 to 120 plots available. So already you have people that are fighting over just trying to get houses. But then they added, more housing
So it's like
sections,
a real life
more
housing
like
market.
wards.
Yeah, and you have
Yes,
to,
and
and
it's
you have
terrible.
to bid. You have to bid. You can't just buy it.
Yep.
Like you can
You
buy
have
your
to
own
either
apartment,
bid,
that kind of thing.
um,
And that's not in. That is instanced, but houses are.
Yes. They added a new housing section, but you can only unlock it by having max crafting classes, and you have to work to rebuild a section of a city just so you get this special VIP housing ward.
Is that like
Ishgard.
Ishgard?
Um,
Okay.
Yeah.
Love
But in
Ishgard.
order to get houses on there, unless it's been changed, you have to put in like it's like lottery numbers. Everybody puts in how much their money, and then a system will randomly choose from all the people who put in that money, or of all the people who have opted in to get this. But even then, it's just terrible. It's terrible, and it could be better.
I don't care about it. So it doesn't affect me.
It's ridiculous.
But if you do care
I don't
about
know,
it,
you don't need housing.
yeah, I'm not.
Who
Like I
cares?
think it would
feel like
matter
that's kind of
most
the
for
point,
role
though.
players,
It's-
but I don't understand that personally.
Well,
so
the thing about the player housing, that actually sounds really
it's just
dope.
Me.
I know, like, it's probably obnoxious, but like, the idea, like, oh yeah, of all the things, if you want to own a house in Final Fantasy, you gotta earn this thing. You gotta work
Oh.
for it. I love
Oh, yeah.
that. That's so cool.
It's expensive. You get to show off,
And it's really expensive.
all the stuff that you've learned. You get to design the inside and the
Yeah.
outside. You get a plot of the overworld that you get to design as
It's-
your own.
It's the classic
I can
Final
understand why
Fantasy
it's not for
thing.
me.
It's the classic Final
I get
Fantasy
why
thing
it's hard to
where they're
do.
like, yes, this is mainly an RPG with a really good story, but you can also play Stardew Valley. You can also play cards. You can also
Yeah.
ride chocobos. You can all like it's just
Guys,
here's
we should play
all these
Stardew
things
Valley
you can
together.
do.
That'd be fun.
I've never played it.
Valley. I don't know if I.
You would like it,
You
Nate.
know.
It's fun. There's a routine. You make a routine in the game.
Is it like
Yeah. Anyway, so I've been watching.
Continue.
I've been watching this guy review all these MMOs, and as much as I feel like, and I've also played a lot of MMOs. MMOs are my favorite genre of video game.
They're so good.
As much as I tend to rag on World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy, especially in this episode, because they're not perfect games, and sometimes WoW does a lot of things better than Final Fantasy, and Final Fantasy does a lot of things better than WoW.
MMOs are hard
Um,
to have
it
the
could be
perfect.
worse. There are a lot of really bad MMOs out there. The amount of World of Warcraft clones out there is it's
Don't get me
staggering.
started, dude. And they're
Um,
not good.
It makes me yearn for RuneScape, which I could just go play. But
Did you ever play RuneScape?
no, I've wanted to. I'm thinking about trying old school RuneScape.
I'd try it with you.
I,
That'd be fun.
I think I play there's one that I play on my phone called Albion Online. And I guess this is my section is talking about MMOs.
Yeah.
Because that's where we're at.
Hey, real fast.
Albion
is Stardew Valley
Online.
like Harvest Moon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was
I
Oh,
understand.
you know
inspired by
Harvest Moon, but not Stardew Valley?
I know Harvest Moon. Yeah. I haven't played it. either.
Harvest Moon was amazing.
But it was
by
on
way.
the.
Great game.
I know of it from like the N64 and stuff.
The GameCube
Harvest Moon
version
was
is
on
actually
the-
extremely rare.
Did they make a GameCube version?
Yeah, there's a
I don't know.
GameCube Harvest Moon.
I didn't
and
know
it is
that.
super rare. My sister tried to find it a few years back, and she finally got a copy of it, and it cost her like $120 or something stupid.
Wow.
At least it's not ET,
The game that shouldn't exist.
but it does.
The game that ruined
It's
that
so bad.
crashed the gaming market.
And
All right.
landfills everywhere.
MMOs, Scott.
Yeah, so I'm playing. I started playing this game called Albion Online.
Is
And
it good?
it kind of it's fun. It's fun. I think you should try it, Brandon. I think you might like it. It does scratch that classic itch. It's very hardcore though. It's one of those games where if you go into a specific area of the like you have this large overworld map, and each section of the map has a different color associated to how difficult it is. And so anything outside of like a green map is PvP. So when you get into a red or a black, if you die, you lose everything. And
Oh gosh.
so people can kill you and take all the things and move on. But there are a lot of people who play that game just for the crafting. Because whenever, and one of the things that I like about it, one of these little neat features, go watch Josh Strife if you guys are interested in MMOs. Go watch Josh Strife Hayes. He's British, I think. He's English. It's cool.
I might know him.
But he has a great video on Albion Online. But one of the features I really like is that everything you do in the game is crafting. It's the backbone of the game. There's no classes. It's a classless system, so you have to level up
That's
and
interesting.
spec into the kind of skills and proficiencies that you want your character to have. So you can play a mage, somebody who uses a certain type of magic casting, but you're wearing plate armor. I wouldn't recommend it, but you can do that. Or you can do vice versa, sword and shield or great sword, but you're wearing, mage's robes or something, or hunter's leathers. It's a lot of fun. But the entire in-game economy is run by the auction house. There are no shops. You have to craft all of your crafting materials. You have to go out and get the materials, craft them yourself, and the economy is run by people going through auction houses, and it's not all shared.
Is it a market? It's a market board
major
type
city,
thing, or
yes.
Okay.
Each major city has its own separate auction house. And so, there are players who can open shops and open up crafting stations in major cities if there's plots available. And if you go to those crafting stations, you can use them, but you also have to pay a tax to these other players. Which is really cool. But because everything in the game is run through crafting, whenever you die, if like the stuff that you dropped is out in the world, sometimes those items will get taken not by players, but by the game and redistributed in dungeons. So you'll go through and all the loot that you get in-game is player-made.
That's interesting.
That's cool.
Wow.
I love that.
Is dope.
Anyway, so I'm playing it on my phone, but I also can play it on my PC.
That explains why you got into leatherworking so heavy.
Yeah, it's fun.
Leave
I'm
it
playing
alone.
I'm playing like a rogue or an archer, or like a druid. I'm kind of leveling up all these 3 skills, which means I have to get into I have to get into making leather stuff for leather, like chest pieces, so those kind of things. But I'm also making cloth boots because it helps me get away faster. And all of the skills you get, all your magic abilities, all of your like your whirlwinds and your healing, your AoEs is all tied to the different equipment you have.
Hmm.
So like your chest piece is going to decide whether or not you can heal or you can let out like a crowd, like an area of effect, like push people away
Force
kind of thing.
repulse. But force
Yeah,
repulse.
your shoes will decide whether or not you can sprint.
Hmm.
Um,
Huh.
and you get mounts. Like a mount is the third thing you get in the game because
That's
it's
cool.
important that you have mounts when going through the overworld. And different mounts will have like saddlebags, so you can carry more things with you as long
Ah,
as your mount is active. So you can. I had to make
that's
a
helpful for
trek
crafters.
from one one city to the other, but all the banks are local to each town, just like the auction house. So I had to go buy an ox, put bags on it, and then load up all of the stuff from my bank into this mount, just so that I could go from city to city. It's a cool game. It's hard though, because if you die, you lose everything that's not in a bank. But I mean, when people die, they just
That's
go through
classic
it all
though.
again. Yeah,
I mean, it's no
you don't
different than
like
hardcore.
you don't like die, and that's like you have to make a new character. You just respawn in the city that you started in. You just have to go through it again. But by that time, you already have all the skills and the things that you need to make that equipment that you just lost. So you can just make it again, and it's not that hard. The hard part is getting all the skills and leveling up so that you can get to that point. Anyway, it's a fun game. Albion Online. It's in my
I'll
top 3 MMOs that I play right now because I
I'll
only play 3.
need to
Hashtag plugs.
level. I'll have to play some gathering and crafting so I can like understand that part of the game to talk about it in my reviewing. But
Yeah.
it's not that they are historically gathering and crafting
See,
and stuff is not for me. But
that's what I like about classic WoW. Retail, I don't understand crafting either, but
It's
in
useless.
classic,
It started being useless after Cataclysm.
oh, you looked it up.
Yeah. Mist of Pandaria is when professions stopped mattering.
Oh, well, that's a bummer. Anyways, but for crafting and gathering professions, Nathaniel, classic WoW, it's not required by any means, but they really enhance the game in a way that I cannot
Yeah.
truly like explain.
no, I get that. I do get that, and in even like some of the crafting and gathering like story quests in Final Fantasy are said to be some of the best in the game. Uh, some of them, like apparently, like Alchemist is actually one of the only. It actually ties up a loose end from 1.0.
Does it
Huh.
really?
Yeah, it with
Oh
like
my
with like
gosh.
oh I don't want to spoil like slight spoilers.
Don't spoil
Yeah.
it. Don't
Okay.
spoil
Okay.
it. Yeah, go for it.
Not
Go for it.
spoil it
If
all,
it's
Well,
slight
but
spoilers, it's fine. Just do it.
it's about it like gets into stuff about Minfilia's dad and things like that.
Oh, cool.
Which if you know the story of 1.0, if you've seen the old Dow cutscene, the opening old Dow cutscene, her dad gets killed and Thancred pretty much takes her in. Thancred and
Yeah.
Philami,
Philhamine.
however you say her name, the cat lady that
That's how you
sings.
say her name.
Um,
That's
the,
how the voice
the
actors say her
cat
name.
lady.
yeah, she's
Yeah.
a cat
You know, you're
lady.
talking about Final Fantasy when
There's
cat
plenty of
lady
cat
is
ladies.
just a normal thing.
Yeah.
But what kind of cat lady? The cat lady that looks like a human, or the lady that looks like the cat dude from Final Fantasy X?
Is there a cat?
There's
dude?
two
Mario?
different kinds now. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, I
they
know what you're talking
put
about.
his race
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
in
Oh,
Final Fantasy
yeah,
14.
yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Um.
I'm thinking about it.
Anyway,
Scott,
They're cool.
play Final Fantasy
Uh,
X with me.
the
Sure.
I still am like I'll fish, but don't. I don't. I will. I'm not going to be one of those people that level every crafter and gatherer. Even though restoring
Sometimes
Ishgard
my
sounds
wife-
like it'd be fun.
Sometimes my wife, when we're getting ready to play the game, she goes, "I want to play Final Fantasy, but can we just do crafting?" And I'm like, "That's totally fine." and we'll sit there and we'll be culinarians, and we'll sit there and just cook food
Dude, you want to know
for
how
4 hours.
I leveled some culinarian? Market board, baby.
Market board.
Market board.
Yeah.
Because it's not for me.
It's fun to
That's
go
just
through
it.
it, though.
It's just not for me.
Yeah, and that's fine.
But I will.
But yeah, we should all play Stardew Valley.
Go through some of it. Because must.
I'll play
Valley'd be
Stardew
fun.
Valley with you right now.
Oh yeah.
I don't have it
don't have
installed.
it right now. It's 8:30
I was
for
joking.
me at
by the
least.
way.
Yeah, I know, but
Do we?
it
do
would
we
be
have final
fun.
thoughts?
It would be fun to.
Besides, apparently
Um,
that we need to record some stuff of the three of us playing both WoW and Stardew Valley.
Yes, that is accurate.
That's the final thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, also go play MMOs. They're fun, and if you have somebody, this is an MMO tip. If you have somebody whenever you start a new game and an experienced player comes up to you and wants to give you thousands of gold and bunch of like new items,
Don't
say
do it.
no because it ruins the experience.
Unless
Go
you're
through the
playing,
hard
unless you're
things.
playing one of those like private servers of day one Final Fantasy 11. Say yes. Say yes. I know you guys
That's
have
the
no
only
other
exception.
context, but in that case,
That's okay.
say yes.
It
Because
was a terrible game.
No, it's just different.
Nathaniel.
Different back then.
I am
No.
a staunch
Not a bad
defender of
game.
the awful.
I will defend it. It's not a bad game, dude.
Hey guys,
it was like the
we'll
most
all go play
profitable
Final
MMO.
Fantasy 11.
Dude, I would. Dude, they still update
I'm
that
good.
darn thing. They still update that darn game.
I've seen
And it's much
combat in
different
that.
nowadays.
It's rough.
It's much different nowadays, though. There is more quality of life, but also it is a slower game. Absolutely.
I think
And it's not for everybody. Absolutely.
I
It's
will
not made for everybody.
not
Absolutely.
do that.
I'll wait.
at all.
I'll wait for the eventual remaster, if they were.
Go play Final Fantasy and World of Warcraft and tell us what you think down below.
I.
There's my
Is that the
there's my
challenge?
thing.
That was
Play
kind of this
both games.
episode. Was we
No,
pitched
the
both,
problem
so-
you're gonna run into with that though is you're asking them to go play both games, but which version of World of Warcraft?
Go play Classic. Go play Classic. Classic's just the best.
Actually, I encourage people don't put like 100 hours into each one, but put like 10 hours into Classic, 10 hours into Cataclysm, and then 10 hours into retail.
classic
And
again.
then whichever one, let me finish. Whichever one you have the most fun with, play that one for the 100 hours.
It's a lot of hours, guys.
For me, it's
That-
hardcore Classic because I like having only one life. It's
It feels-
ruined me. It has ruined me.
Dude, Scott is single-handedly responsible for getting 10 of our characters killed. I have gotten a
Go
couple
big or
killed.
go home, man.
But Scott loves to do this thing where he's like, I have no fear, not knowing at all what he's about to run into, and then pulling like 12 enemies in a very small enclosed space, and then wondering like, man, I can't believe they killed me there.
You know, there's no other
No,
way to
I
play.
believe it.
happen.
There's no other
but-
way to play, really.
Yeah.
Be courageous.
That's not true.
I play WoW like I play my D&D characters. Fight in the hopes that I will die, but somehow still survive for the most part.
What's that meme? I
Usually
live.
you end up still surviving
but I
because you have me
died.
behind you going, oh god, no!
I died,
Stop!
but I lived. I
Yeah.
don't remember.
I
Anyway,
died, but I lived.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
What's that from?
What about you, Nate?
Ice Age?
That's from Ice Age 3.
Oh, my final thoughts. I hope you enjoyed the episode.
This is more reminiscent of our actual conversations on the broken couch. Is just a little bit
Yeah.
scatterbrained.
Which last week kind of was as well, or last episode.
That's
but
perfect.
That's just how it is, guys. You
That's how
know.
it needs to be.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Also, if you don't like
Thank you.
MMOs because they're a time sink and you prefer like linear, super
Warships.
polished, well-made,
MMO,
intentional story games, me too. But I also like MMOs to some degree. They've just a lot of
Yeah.
time.
I feel
Anyway,
like we could go on to this topic for a long time.
we could, but I've sometimes listened to things that I gotta get to. So, all right.
Yeah, no, I need to go make dinner.
If you don't like
Uh,
MMOs and
Live long and prosper.
you don't want to put all those times in there, quit your day job and
Yep.
just play MMOs.
And become a professional MMO streamer and hope it goes well.
And cut.
What a
Thanks
way
for
to
hanging
end.
out with us. See you next week. God bless.